Welcome back, guys. Remember when I said about 2 weeks ago we were gonna go check out Adrian's car? Well, we did, but something happened. Watch this.
You ready to shut it off immediately, right? Stop. Oops.
So that happened. That was not a good noise. Adrian sent the video around to a couple Subaru companies, and they're definitely saying it's not a good noise. It's probably rod knock, and before that he actually slipped a timing belt when he first got his car. Like the second day, the timing belt slipped 3 notches. So that's probably either some metal in the pistons or a bent valve or something. But as you can see, we're back at it with Adrian again, and we're actually going to be prepping the motor to be pulled, because Adrian's going to be doing it all. So he'll probably post something on Instagram someday, I'm hoping. But I'll add his Instagram handle below. But let's get to it, helping him prep the motor for pulling. Adrian's been working hard at it all day, and he's actually got the engine pretty well stripped. There's still a lot of stuff like downpipe, and he's having trouble with this great ingenuity by Subaru. The clamp is actually reversed, so it's under the recirc valve or recirc valve hosing, and you actually can't get the clamp undone. So that's great. But he's got the intercooler, everything else off. He did say there's a little bit of oil in his intercooler, but I think he's fine. Just, it's probably a common thing I noticed on mine. I always have a little tiny bit of oil, but probably nothing to be worried about. But I think Adrian's gonna check everything over before he rebuilds it. And now I'm gonna start pulling the exhaust, because you need to get the downpipe off, but to get that you need to work from the back forwards. So I'm gonna start on that.
That's a little fun.
That's his intake off that goes to the turbo through here, and it's just completely destroyed. We're almost got the intake manifold off. There's a couple more lines we have to take off, but to get this off, there's so many things you have to take off, like all that laying there, plus this stuff all here. So if I ever have to do this, not gonna be fun. But I think there's a line here, and that's about it. And then on to the next. We think we got the bolt out to take off the intake manifold, so let's see. You're still caught on something. Right here. This one, this clamp right here. Almost, we're one clamp. What do you want for that?
Screw it on the one side and then the one thing off.
Oh. We're almost there. I think we're finally ready. We ended up taking the DVG with it, but I think it's coming out. It is. Oh. We finally got that out. That is a pain in a half, because there's bolts here that are underneath and they go upwards. So trying to get them from below is just impossible. But there's the top of a Subaru engine block. For those who don't know, it's horizontally opposed, so it fires like this way. That's why there's 2 heads. But yeah, so we're getting there. We're definitely getting there. One of the noises we were thinking was the valves hitting the pistons, but as you can see, we can actually see the valves now, and I don't see any broken valves from what I can see. Kind of need a flashlight to get in there, but it looks fine for right now, but it could also be exhaust valves and not your intake valves. But the intake valve looks alright, so we're kind of checking off a good thing and checking off a bad thing, because that's more cause of rod knock, or more likely chance of rod knock now. Adrian's taking this car in steps, because if we were to pull the motor in a whole day, it's like a 13-14 hour job, so he's just doing it little by little. So we got all the things off that Adrian wanted to today, and next step is probably the exhaust, because I didn't get that completely unbolted, and there's a couple clips, and then I think Adrian's ready to pull the motor. Also, another thing I should mention is this is our 4th member of Future Prospects. So there was me, David, and Taylor, but Adrian couldn't come because of work, and then also because this. But that is it for today, so until next video, peace out and stay humble.